The Federal Reserve has just announced its new interest rate, with Jerome Powell stating some facts about the economy and the projections for the Fed. This has sparked volatility in the market, impacting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But will this volatility last? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to Republic Labs YouTube channel. In this video, we will talk about the interest rate decision and its impact on the market. Also, we will talk about the volatility that is currently happening and whether it will continue in the next coming months. So basically, the Fed has just announced its new interest rate, and as usual, it is accompanied by Jerome Powell's speech. The speech was broadcasted live on YouTube, and it is now saved in the Federal Reserve YouTube account. If you want to watch the full speech, you can go ahead and access it on the Federal Reserve YouTube channel. But if you want a more simple version, you can access the transcript of the speech and then summarize it using AI. But if you don't have the time to summarize it, basically the Federal Reserve has just decided that the interest rate will stay at around 4.25% up to 4.5%, which is the same as last month. There's no increase or decrease of the interest rate due to some factors in the economy. In the speech, Jerome Powell highlighted that the interest rate was kept the same as last month due to the economic condition and uncertainty. The uncertainty still came from tariff policies, as Jerome Powell still blames Donald Trump for implementing the tariff policy that can cause volatility and uncertainty in the economy. The focus is still on inflation, as the tariff policy might cause volatility and uncertainty for inflation in the US. Jerome Powell stated that, and I quote, "Inflation has eased significantly from its highs in mid-2022, but remains somewhat elevated relative to our 2% longer run goal." This means that the Fed has no confidence yet on the inflation, as this means the inflation might come up again or has not gone down according to their target. This has caused lack of confidence in their projection in the next year or two. As you can see here, the one-year interest rate projection has gone up from 2.4% to 3.6%. Also, the two-year interest rate projection has also gone up from 3.1% to 3.4%. This indicates that the Fed is not confident yet on its interest rate projection, as this means that the inflation rate in the US might not be as controllable as they thought it would be. As you can see here, according to data from Trading Economics, the interest rate was still the same as December 2024, which means that it has been stagnating for the last 7 months. This is somewhat a bearish sign, as investors and traders are predicting that the interest rate should have gone down by now. The lack of confidence from the Fed has shaken up a lot of investors and traders, which is why currently the crypto market is consolidating. However, this does not mean that there's a correction up ahead, as a lot of positive sentiment is also present in the market right now. One of which is the Genius Act, which is a bill that has just been voted on by the government to legalize stablecoins in the United States. Currently, stablecoins are now legal to use in the United States. And now, with the support of Donald Trump as the president, the crypto adoption and blockchain adoption might increase significantly in the United States. One of the huge companies in the United States that has been capitalizing on this bill is JP Morgan. As you can see here, JP Morgan has just announced a new token, which is a stablecoin, and this will bring huge volume since JP Morgan has a lot of assets under its management. Aside from that, a lot of companies are now buying Bitcoin. As you can see here, according to data from CoinGecko, there are 34 public companies that are already owning Bitcoin. All these companies holding combined will total to more than 700,000 Bitcoin, which is around 3.65% of the overall total supply of Bitcoin. Aside from those, there are already a lot of private companies, countries, and entities that are already owning Bitcoin, which totals to 15.86% of the overall supply of Bitcoin. As you can see here, there are a lot of countries already owning Bitcoin, and also private companies that totals to a lot of Bitcoin. Also, with companies issuing a Bitcoin-backed ETF, the holdings of Bitcoin in companies are already increasing significantly, which shows a bullish momentum and a positive sentiment backed by volume. Also, in 2025, there are a lot of companies that is issuing its own altcoin ETF. According to CoinGecko, there are already a lot of companies waiting for approval from the SEC. In 2025, some altcoins that are waiting for approval for an ETF are Solana ETFs, XRP ETFs, Litecoin ETFs, Cardano ETFs, Avalanche ETFs, Apto ETFs, Sui ETFs, Move ETF, and memecoin ETFs such as Dogecoin ETFs, Tron Memecoin ETFs, Bong ETF, and Pengu ETFs. As you can see here, these are some of the most trending altcoins in the market, which means that if this is approved, there can be more volume in the crypto market, driving bullish momentum. However, while there is bullish sentiment, consolidation might still happen. This is due to the negative sentiment caused by geopolitical tension, specifically in the Middle East. There's a war currently happening between Iran and Israel, and currently the United States is considering joining to support Israel. This can trigger a ripple effect where other Western countries might join the US to support Israel. The bad news is that this might trigger their enemies to join the war as well, supporting Iran. This can trigger a World War III, as Iran is currently in the same organization as China, Russia, and North Korea, which is called BRICS. So if the US joins the war, then Russia, China, and North Korea might join as well. This can cause a huge crash in the crypto market, which is why currently traders and investors are not sure yet, hence why consolidation is happening. So, one thing to note is that currently you need to manage your risk better and not be greedy. This will keep you protected in the long run, so the best thing to do is now to stick to your strategy. Well, that's all the information I have today. If you guys like contents like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you guys are notified when the next upload. Cheers, guys!